Saturday's organised and we'll organise Monday when
Yes,
we get there.
you really should.
Hello YouTube, we are on the 4011 to London Euston. Thanks to some kohlrabi and a slightly dodgy Uber app, we very nearly missed this train. We made it by about 20 seconds, which is the most ridiculous margin I think we've ever done. And that is saying something. We're going to London for Pesach, as we usually do. So this, greetings from London. Here we are at Euston. We've arrived, had some late lunch. Noam has gone off to our cousins. He's going to go watch a football match. We're going to Trafalgar Square to go to the National Portrait Gallery. Freeze you for a second.
Okay.
So we've come to the National Portrait Gallery and it is closed again. We actually should check what time it is open. We just missed it by minutes. And Friday is late, there you go. That answers your question. That's bloody annoying. That's the second time, because we came here after the Remain March last time and it was closed. Oh well. Well, we're stuck in the middle of London, so I'm sure we won't have a shortage of things to do or see.
Please.
So we've walked over here to Parliament Square, which is currently completely kind of overrun with Extinction Rebellion protesters. They've been all over London. But it's, you know, on the one hand they've disrupted tube services, which can be annoying. On the other hand, they've essentially temporarily pedestrianised Parliament Square, which makes it so much nicer than usual. Honestly, I think this square should be permanently pedestrianised anyway. There's quite a lot going on. Embankment tube station is a bit of a maze. It's a very weird station. It's also ridiculously close to the next station along the line, which is Charing Cross. Whilst we were looking for an entrance into here, we saw a back entrance into Charing Cross railway station, literally metres away, which is quite funny. here we are off the Northern Line in Chalk Farm. We're walking to a restaurant called Adet's. On our way we pass over a bridge over the West Coast Main Line. So here we are on Primrose Hill, having been joined by Dad, who's arrived from Muscat. He has rather sneakily hired a car under my nose. Don't really understand why you need a car in a city like London, but Dad decided that he was going to hire one for a couple of days. Really keep in spirit with the whole Extinction Rebellion protests and everything. Good morning, here we are in Wembley, having just woken up in our Premier Inn. We are now joined by Dad, and we are heading down to once again try and go see an exhibition at the National Portrait Gallery. Go to the Bakerloo line. Here we are at Trafalgar Square, the second time in 2 days. And for the third time, we are now going to try and go see this exhibition. Might also have some breakfast. Well, third time's the charm, at least when you're not talking about meaningful votes. We managed to go see the exhibition with Dad. We now have a couple of hours spare. We've decided it's about time to go back to the London Transport Museum, which, believe it or not, I actually haven't been to since summer 2013. Don't know how on earth that happened. It's time to go fix that. So it has occurred to me as we walk towards Covent Garden that Covent Garden and Trafalgar Square are actually way closer to each other than I had thought in my head. That's a typical tube map distortion of reality. So here we are in Covent Garden, having just visited the London Transport Museum, which has the best gift shop in London, in my opinion. Made a whole separate video. You can find that in the link in the description. Anyway, we're now going to head over to our cousins. Later tonight is first Seder night. Trying to change in Green Park. Ridiculously crowded. No idea. Feels like something's gone wrong. I don't know what it is. So here we are at Kilburn, first Seder done. It's now past midnight, so we are technically testing out the night tube. Despite the fact that we've hired a car, we're taking the tube back. Go figure. I'm not complaining. I mean, I am, but not about that. Train race. Good morning, or good afternoon. Today is Saturday and we're here at Wembley Park. We spent the morning doing a bit of shopping at the Wembley Outlets kind of centre. We're now going to Camden with Noam, who's awkwardly ducking to avoid being on camera, whilst Mum and Dad have gone down to the Tate. We're meeting up at our cousin's for second Seder later tonight. So we're now changing from the underground to the overground. It looks like they're building a new entrance to West Hampstead Overground here. We're going in through the old entrance for now. I think this footbridge is new. The one we're on currently looks like it's temporary. So I've had to wait about 12 minutes here at West Hampstead, which is quite poor. I expected more from the London Overground. Here's our train. Long awaited. So in order to get to Camden Market, you can walk along the street, but this time we've decided to take a little detour and walk along the canal instead. Should take us to Camden Locks. And lo and behold, we've made it to Camden Markets. Camden Lock. So that was Camden. We've had some lunch, bought a few things. We're now going to head back to our cousins in West Hampstead.
jostling is going on by now,
So today is Sunday and we've driven out of London to come to visit Knebworth House. It's a reasonable journey to do by public transport, but instead we've driven here because after having not used the hire car for the 2 trips we made from our cousins to the hotel, which is what it was originally intended for, Dad decided, well, we have to use it for something or else it probably wasn't worth hiring it. Hint. But anyway, enough of that. We are here to come look at this old house and its gardens here in Knebworth. So that was a whistle-stop tour of Knebworth House. We weren't actually allowed to take any photographs, but I took a few sneaky ones anyway. Didn't have very long because we've booked a lunch somewhere, so we've got to kind of rush off. So I'm here at Welwyn Garden City. The rest of the family have headed off back by car to back to Wembley. They're probably going to go to the cinema. I, on the other hand, have decided to split off and go to central London for reasons I shall soon explain. Can't find the bloody entrance to this station. Walking around the streets outside. The station's over there. Maybe I've got to go through here, or maybe this door will be locked. Oh, bloody course. And I've come full circle back to the bus station. How do I get in? I'm telling you, I'm going round and round in circles. I should probably just ask someone. Okay, I just have to go inside the shopping centre. I didn't make that very clear at all.
Shortly be arriving at Finsbury Park. Change here for the Piccadilly and Victoria lines. Alight here for services to Moorgate. Exit here for the Emirates Stadium.
Here I am in London King's Cross. There's a queue of Harry Potter fans, but I'm heading to the underground. Well, I've definitely come to the right place.
It's an honor for me to be here with you today. Together we are making a difference.
Good morning, today is Monday, Easter Monday, as a matter of fact. After a slightly disappointing American diner style breakfast, we've split up. Dad and Noam are having a stadium tour of Wembley. Then Dad is going to fly back to Muscat. Noam's staying in London for the night. He's watching another football match tonight, actually. And then he's coming back to Manchester on Tuesday morning. Meanwhile, Mum and I are heading back... Sorry, Tuesday evening. Meanwhile, Mum and I are heading back via an unusual route because Euston is closed. We're going via Nottingham. We decided to stay the night and get to see the place, because when are we ever going to get another chance to go to Nottingham?
I've been.
I've not. But first, we're going to go see yet another exhibition. This one in the Tate, not the Tate you think, the other Tate, the one in Pimlico. Let's go. So last night at the big protest march rally thing, my phone ran out of battery. After that I went to meet up with the rest of the family at Finchley Road to go see a film which was supposed to be on, but it was cancelled. I've had many trains cancelled in my life. I've never had a film cancelled before. So Noam and I came back to the hotel. Mum and Dad watched a different film. Yep. I'm right behind you.
The next station is Westhampton. Doors will open on the right-hand side. Change for National Rail Services and London Overground.
Here we are out of Pimlico, the only station on the Victoria line not to interchange any other lines. We have come in search for the Tate Britain, not to be confused with the Tate Modern, as Mum and Dad had already previously done. They went to the Tate Modern looking for an exhibition that was in fact in the Tate Britain. So here we are at the Tate Britain, and the curse strikes once again. Mum is slowly learning the lesson that it is good to book exhibitions in advance, as Vincent van Gogh was sold out. But it might just have been quite serendipitous, because we instead saw a Don Cullis exhibition, which we probably wouldn't have otherwise seen, which was all sorts of war photography from the latter half of the 20th century. Very, very interesting pictures. so worth going. Worked out in the end. No, not very cheerful, but very, very interesting and somewhat relevant to my history course as well. So we're now heading over to St Pancras Station. We're going to catch a train to Nottingham, and we're going to spend the afternoon and most of tomorrow. Once again in the super long passage. I deliberately take you the long way around King's Cross St Pancras. The problem is I know that, I just don't know which is the quicker way.
In my face.
Got some train snacks. Let's get our train.